Or again, let's say my 77 rated Evolution Nanto, I've now unlocked his 81 rated Evo. Does the 100 games I played with the 77 Nanto and the goals and whatever, when I put him in to become an 81, does all that disappear? And now I just have a 0 games, whatever. Not that I wouldn't want this evolution thing to exist if that was the case, but it would be a little bit unfortunate. I think a lot of us, especially if we're using these cards all year, wouldn't you want to see all the stats on your player through the whole year? No? I don't know. How will I know which player I'm upgrading during gameplay? There'll be an overhead indicator on the player you're actively evolving. Dude, okay. I mean, I'm locked in, bro. I'm locked in. Evo, to me, this is like one of the biggest changes for Ultimate Team, unless they were to announce, hey, we guarantee that there's going to be no delay, and we know that through the years there's been server issues and whatnot. Women in Football Ultimate Team, again, a bunch of virgins will be crying in the chat now. 5 new leagues. All clubs and their players for the following leagues will be available. Premier League. So am I going to have a lot of Canadian women to use, you guys think? I really hope so, because I want nothing more than to score goals with a Canadian national team against a guy running Mbappe and Haaland up top and a 5 at the back, and I hope to God he messages me crying. I really hope so. If we got a couple of OP Canadian women in League 1, don't we? Yeah, we got the French League. Let's go, dude. I love it. Will men and women's footballers compete on the same pitch? Yes, of course, we all know this. Again, I would argue some of these ratings are diabolical, personally. I know a lot of people will lose their minds about some of the ratings. I do think ratings should have been more realistic for men and women. And similarly, I mean, we've complained about this even for ex-footballers. So when they bring in like a Peter Crouch and his base hero card is higher than a Haaland, things like that people complain about as well. I think base ratings should be a lot more realistic, and EA should be searching for the right rating systems. And then when you get special cards and promo cards, then you boost a guy or a girl that maybe shouldn't have that rating, but you can then boost them however you want, right? So again, a Petr Cech is a 94 rated striker is the dumbest thing ever if that was his base card in FIFA. But if a Petr Cech is a 86 rated goalkeeper, maybe more fair, and then nobody's going to complain during well, we're all complaining because Petr Cech is the most broken card in the game and he's a freaking striker. But I think that would make a lot more sense. So we'll see how EA does through the year in terms of base ratings for players, whether man, woman, icon, hero, regular gold, or otherwise. We'll see how it goes. As we all know, these ratings aren't final, so it'll be very interesting to see for the launch of FIFA how things work. So in terms of chemistry, we understand it's basically the same thing, right? League by league matching, team by team matching as well, potentially. Will remain the same with one additional opportunity to link players across men's and women's football. All players will continue to link to other players from the same league and nations. WSL players will link with WSL players. English players will link with English players. This year we'll also be able to link women's footballers to men's footballers who play for their affiliated club. Chelsea players from the WSL will link with Chelsea players from the PL. Cool. I'm not upset about that at all. I think that's sick. Evolutions, men and women's footballers can both be eligible for evolutions. It's over. It's over in the best possible way, boys. I'm not only going to have a Canadian national team, I'm going to have a Canadian men's and women's national team of Evo players that is going to poop on a bunch of nerds. I love it. Oh my God, I love it, dude. I'm so excited about this. I am so excited about this, dude. You guys have no idea. Icons and Heroes, some of the best players in women's football history will be available as Icon and Heroes, Transfer Market, so obviously. And the best thing for grinding, too, is this just opens another pool of a couple of hundred or a couple of thousand more players, women or men otherwise, who cares, for the grind, for SBCs, for squads, for objectives, to make nerds in FIFA cry. How is this bad? How is this bad? This is amazing. Is it not? I'm hyped. I don't know how you couldn't be hyped. Both men and women's players will be features in moments, highlights, historic matches, encounters, Ultimate Team Draft, of course, SBCs, objectives, packs. All players in Ultimate Team are rated relative to the league and competition they play against in the real world pitch. The best players from the best leagues across the men. I think that is the easiest way for EA to get the ratings right, is as much as people want to cry their eyes out and say, oh, but this woman should only be 68 rated and this man should be 84 rated. I think to stop all of that crying crying, maybe it is the best possible ways that EA have done it, is their ratings are based off of the competitions they're in against the opposition that they're against. Then you're always going to have the confusion and difficulty of then merging the two, right? Of course. But I gotta say, I think EA have done as good as they can do so far in terms of making it be seamless. I really do think that that's probably the best thing they can do. You're always going to have pencil dicks losing their mind that an 82 rated player, from a certain setup may be higher rated than a certain other player. You're not going to be able to avoid that, and honestly, I'm just going to love people crying. It's oh my gosh, I'm so excited.